Hey guys! Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So of course that is a ton of people, so only take the reading if it resonates with your life, discard it if it's not yours, and remember that there is no gender. If I pull a king, queen, emperor, or an empress, it really doesn't matter about the sex or gender, although it may resonate. It's really more about a personality style. I will describe it, you'll definitely know who we're talking about. I do offer personal readings. The information's in the description of the video. If you'd like deals on those or to check out other kinds of readings, extended readings, mental health information, tarot lessons, and live readings, you can join my membership. All the information for that is in the membership tab, or you can hit the join button below. If you are a reader or spiritualist or anything else like that, and you'd like to promote your channel, you can go live with me. If you want to do that, you can just hit me up in my email. Information's in the description. So I'm just kind of pulling a spread on some current energy. We'll see what's going on here. I'll clarify with the tarot. And in the end, I'll get some advice. She definitely went flying. Okay, so we have codependency. Low self-esteem, strong desire for approval, unhealthy attachments, allows controlling and manipulative behaviors, or has them. We have crystal clarity. I have focused clarity. The universe provides for my desires with abundance as I become clear as crystal. I don't know if I can even pick this guy up right now. Let's see. Be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So some of you are definitely a Cancer moon. And we have looking you up, researching you, studying you, and getting info. The overall energy is the Six of Swords. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Two of Cups in the reverse, the Knight of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Hermit, Virgo energy. So I feel like a lot of you have gotten pretty clear on what a situation is here. So I think that your main want or what you feel like you need to do here is kind of move on from a situation. You know, this is always leaving behind a, usually in the card it shows like, the people in the boat moving away from some pretty turbulent water into something calm. Here, it's, sending someone off. I'll see you later. And both are really relevant. It's about your peace, though. This is always trying to move into peace. Some type of tranquility in life. I feel like in a situation, you feel like there is no love. Like this is not a person that's really like available to you emotionally. You're not sure if you're definitely actually not emotionally available to them either. There is this inner knowing that this shit ain't love, you know? That the connection is not, it's not love, it's codependency. Somebody knows this, you know? That it's just really unhealthy for them, and they feel like they have to get away from it. But I feel like, you know, with this other person, they kind of come in and out inconsistently. You know, like the Knight of Swords rushes in, you know, and they kind of like move before even thinking. And I feel like, you know, you get both ends of that, you know, like this person constantly is moving around quite impulsively. And what I mean by this is that they really don't think about consequences before they just do things. But I think the challenge here is really this phase of more like self-observation. You know, it's like, are you really able to sit in your own energy and just kind of like get the answers that you're looking for so that you can just move on from something, despite the fact that there's still like open contact or communication with the person. You know, I just think you feel like you need some space, or now that you've had space, maybe that's what it is. It's like this very reflective energy kind of going back over the relationship and all of the things that actually happened there, and like thinking of them from this clearer picture now, where somebody can't sway you into believing it was different than it was. You know, there's no gaslighting going on, you know, like you're able to kind of look clearly at the reality of a situation this week. And you're really recognizing that not only did this person not really ever truly care for you, you didn't truly care for them either, because I think you were in this relationship when you were in a space where you didn't even care for yourself. You get what I'm saying? There's like this clarity that like not only was this person like not really like ready for a relationship or even relationship material, maybe you weren't either. You know, the Hermit is very self-reflective. But it's also like that energy of healing, you know, and I think that you are accepting here that you have some healing to do, but you'll never be in control of someone else's. And that part of the problem here is that maybe you were trying to control how far someone really would be able to make it. You know, it would be like, despite someone constantly like showing you that they're not capable of being what you want, you probably have this tendency to believe that you can change a person, or you can like work with them to, you know, it's something weird like that. But I think that a lot of you are just really reflecting on the last relationship, deciding that it really wasn't love. It's this codependency, you know, this attachment style that you have. And it may be sort of anxious, where someone can kind of trauma bond you by leaving you or abandoning you, or you just feeling like they will. And this person, you know, could play little games with that or something here. Then that's, I don't know, that's the energy that I'm getting, is like the two of you, you know, and you maybe at first were kind of like looking at a situation like you had to get away from a person because they were solely the problem. And I think here it's more the energy of seeing where you get tied up into this. Ace of Swords. Yikes. The Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Wands. You know what? I think that it's like, this is kind of like a truth that you maybe didn't see before, like you just didn't want to see before, that you are, when you really do see it for what it is, it's not painful anymore. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen here, is like you recognize that like the whole picture. Let's just say it like that. You're seeing where, with a completely unbiased perspective, where both people went wrong, why things were the way they were, and this one very solid truth about who you actually are in relationships, which is, when I'm looking at this card, it's like, what do we need to work on here? Our self-esteem, the desire for approval, what we allow in relationships, and the behavior that, we have ourselves in those relationships. And I think here it's like, you're kind of saying, maybe before I try to ever focus on love again, I really need to focus on this truth about myself and work on that. And also like the other direction that I need to take in life here, because it's like, it's not, it could be goodbye forever, but it finally, when this clears up, when you really see this for what it is, it allows you to close a cycle out so that you can start something new here. The Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. It's realizing that you can have what you want, you deserve things, but you just got to get on this path of healing. You got to go on your own way, though. This is definitely, without a question, deciding that you are 100% moving on from a situation because you deserve better and you got some growing up to do. I feel like I'm literally, somebody is that self-aware where it's like, I'm not really ready for a relationship right now. I need to work on some fucking things. But I still feel like there is this person in the background, that's always kind of comes in and out of your life, but you're not holding on to this shit anymore. Like, the advice is the King of Wands. So it's kind of like I said, work on that self-esteem. The Empress. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think here it's like you have to be confident enough to actually move in a new direction. I feel like whatever this is, it's not really fair. It's kind of one-sided. But I think that you're also, growing and evolving and changing here. You don't see another face card here. So what I feel like is like I said, like the relationship that you're moving on from is somebody that you already aren't really with. You just still have communication with and always had this hope for. But it's kind of given, like when I look at this Ace of Pentacles, that's Pandora's box. You know what was left in that bitch? Hope. Hope is a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes hope will leave you delusional. And I think that's what you're kind of opening up here too, is that you delusionally believed that somebody was going to change, and also that you didn't need to change. There's kind of something with that here, but it comes down to this. It's time to work on your self-esteem and love yourself and give yourself the things that other people haven't, or what you feel like is missing, or what you feel like you were begging somebody else for. And I think that's really what it is. Maybe you were begging this person, basically for their approval. You might feel like, you needed for them to I think want you, or want to at least chase after you in order to feel like a whole person, or to feel pretty or something like that. Men too. There's just something here where it's like the changes that need to be made are not just the separation of a person. It's truly looking at oneself and saying, well, what do I have to do to change who I am? And the answer here is nurture yourself into this place of confidence. So I feel like the energy is kind of agreeing with you that it's maybe time to separate yourself from not all people, but romantic relationships just for a bit, so that you can work on yourself here, because you're onto something. Some of you are really waking up to this whole energy of self. Some of you may have not even known who you are. So, like, you know, you could basically fall in line with a person. So I've kind of seen this a lot with, like, codependent relationships where, like, one person is an individual. They do whatever they want. And the other person just, like, serves a purpose of serving that person in the relationship and everything that they want to. And it kind of seems like, yeah, somebody's an asshole if they expect someone to constantly serve their every petty little need and to deal with all of their bullshit. But there's also something wrong with the person who will. Maybe more with the person who will just, you know, keep putting up with the shit. And I don't know, this just kind of feels like a lot like the reading from yesterday. So a lot of you are really, like, focused on love in the current energy. But I think it's getting deeper and deeper. Like, as you pay more attention to what's going on, you're starting to see where you need to do some real deep shadow work here. Maybe you just need to look up the term codependency and really, like, go down that route. All right, see y'all later.